The Indiana Fever continue to make massive moves in free agency, signing Sophie Cunningham and DeWanna Bonner. And you guys, I don't even think they're done yet.
The Indiana Fever didn't just make signings, they made a statement. Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, and DeWanna Bonner aren't just players, they're game changers. The Fever are done being overlooked. They're here to compete. And trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. They didn't just add a player, they added a force. Sophie Cunningham isn't just another WNBA talent. She's a competitor ready to stand strong with Caitlin Clark and shake up the league.
So the Indiana Fever have got their enforcer. They have got their enforcer for Caitlin Clark. And I'm not gonna lie, like, when it comes to Caitlin Clark and their enforcer, last year everyone was talking about the median enforcer, and the closest thing they had was Erica Wheeler. That was the closest thing they had for someone to defend Caitlin Clark, was Erica freaking Wheeler.
Teams pushed Clark around last season, but those days are over. Cunningham isn't here to play nice. She's here to compete. If anyone challenges Clark, Cunningham will be there in an instant. It's like the Fever just brought in a personal enforcer for their star.
So Sophie honestly has a similar game to Lexi Hall. She is a tall guard who can shoot the three. She is nasty on defense. What I love about her is she brings this kind of spark and energy to the court. She is very feisty. She is not scared to go after it. And she, I feel like, will also act as an enforcer on this team.
This isn't just about imitation. It's about impact. She's a dynamic shooter who can knock down threes like it's second nature. Over a three-pointer per minute? That's not just good, that's elite.
We know she can shoot, she can defend, she's athletic, she's tall, but she also brings this just grit and energy that this team is really going to thrive off.
Sophie Cunningham's intensity is off the charts. Some might even call it relentless. Believe it or not, she's been in more on-court confrontations than some pro fighters. She's the kind of player who refuses to back down, bringing an unmatched edge every time she steps on the court. There was even a time she tried.
She tried to fight Myisha Hines-Allen. You do not, there are not that many people. You can see everyone else is trying to get as far away from this situation as possible. Everyone else. If she hits a three, Myisha Hines-Allen fouls her and then tries to step over. And then Sophie Cunningham grabs her leg. Nobody's going near Myisha Hines-Allen, but no, Sophie Cunningham will start the fight. The refs are trying to break it up. None of the Mercury players are going to go near Myisha Hines-Allen. They're scared. She's scared of bejesus out of them. Myisha Hines-Allen is one of the toughest players in this league. Sophie Cunningham going head to head straight with her.
For the Fever, let's break it down. Asterisk, asterisk, F asterisk, asterisk is for the enforcer they desperately needed. Cunningham isn't just protecting. She's setting the tone. Wondering why this matters? She's not just here for Clark. She's changing the entire dynamic of the team. Imagine trying to defend against Clark, knowing Cunningham is right there, ready to make things difficult if you get too physical.
Teams are not going to be able to face guard Caitlin like they were, picking her up full court, double teaming her, all of these things, because there are now more threats on the court, including
It's not just about defense. Cunningham's offensive game is elite. She's been shooting an impressive 38% from three-point range over the last 4 seasons. That's not just good, it's game-changing. Picture this. Clark drives to the basket, draws defenders, then kicks it out to Cunningham for a wide-open three. That's a nightmare for any defense.
The biggest part about her game that I think is just going to translate so well to the Fever, I just love the energy that she brings. She seems like a hard worker. She seems like she loves the game of basketball. And I think when the Fever are thinking about players that they want to surround Caitlin with and players that they want to build this dynasty with, which I believe that they're trying to do, they have to think about the mindsets of these players also.
Back in Phoenix, Cunningham has been outspoken about her admiration for Caitlin Clark's game and her desire to play with her one day. Now that's happening, and it's clear she'll be a great fit for this team. Thought the Fever were done after signing Cunningham? Think again. They just secured Natasha Howard, and this isn't just any signing. It's like adding a fortress to your lineup. Remember when the Fever were just another team in the league? Well, Howard is about to flip that script.
come to Phoenix. And she has been very vocal in the media that she loves Caitlin Clark's game and she would love to play with her at some point. And so I just feel like she is going to be a great fit for this team.
Back in Phoenix, Cunningham has been outspoken about her admiration for Caitlin Clark's game and her desire to play with her one day. Now that's happening, and it's clear she'll be a great fit for this team. Thought the Fever were done after signing Cunningham? Think again. They just secured Natasha Howard, and this isn't just any signing. It's like adding a fortress to your lineup. Remember when the Fever were just another team in the league? Well, Howard is about to flip that script.
That the three-time WNBA champion Natasha Howard will sign with the Indiana Fever as a free. The former Defensive Player of the Year and two-time All-Star returns to the franchise that drafted her, bolstering the Fever's front court and bringing veteran experience.
You might be wondering, how does this help? Well, imagine having a player who can both protect the rim and stretch the floor. It's like having a Swiss Army knife on your team. Howard's presence opens up countless opportunities for Clark and the rest of the squad. It's not just about blocking shots and grabbing rebounds. It's about creating a defensive force that lets your team operate with more freedom and confidence.
Natasha Howard is a game changer for the Indiana Fever. She is a game changer. As an Alyssa Smith replacement, as just a sole player, Natasha Howard is an absolute game changer for the Fever.
It was a perfect fit. The front office made smart moves, bringing in a new coach and addressing key areas of need. They didn't just bring in big names. They brought in players who seamlessly fill roles and strengthen the roster. It's all about making strategic moves that build a solid team.
You know, I thought the Howard move might have been the last major move for them, but maybe they're not done. Either way, I think, you know, Lexi Hull might be coming off the bench now with Sophie Cunningham in tow. Or, you know, either they get another wing player who can shoot and play D. That's huge. They add the defense, rebounding, rim running with Howard.
Just when you thought the Fever couldn't get any stronger, they pulled off another jaw-dropping move. Enter DeWanna Bonner, the six-time All-Star who's about to turn this team from a fortress into an impenetrable castle. You might be thinking, wait, another player. How much better can this team get? Well, let me tell you, Bonner isn't just any player. She's a game changer, a leader, and exactly what this team needs to take it to the next level.
Just like I thought Natasha Howard was a perfect fit. So you've got a front office that comes in, brings in a new coach, and then addresses areas of need. And not just bringing in names, bringing in players that slide into spots, into slots, and bolster the roster.
You might be wondering, isn't Bonner past her prime? Well, that's where you're wrong. In 2022, experts thought age might slow her down, but she proved them all wrong. Bonner is still playing at an elite level, and her impact goes far beyond the stat sheet. Can you believe she acts as a coach on the court, guiding younger players through high-pressure situations? That's not just experience, that's next-level leadership. Sus.
Stephanie White, if you look closely at what she's doing, she is building a team around her, and a lot of these pieces that she is bringing in, the team that she is keeping around her at the Indiana Fever, are people that she has already worked with or already coached. Now, she had already coached Natasha Howard years back when she played in Indiana, and Coach Stephanie White was there as a coach, so she is familiar with her game. I'm sure that the two have stayed in touch over the years. Six-time All-Star and WNBA champ DeWanna Bonner is signing with the Indiana Fever by re-signing Kelsey Mitchell, trading for Sophie Cunningham, and signing experienced vets Bonner and Natasha Howard. The Fever have catapulted into the title conversation. Now, DeWanna Bonner is also a veteran in this league, and she can do it all. She can also shoot the three. She is also nasty on defense, which, if you guys remember last season, defense is something that a lot of people criticized the Indiana Fever for. That was something that they definitely needed to work on. Now you have Lexi, now you have Sophie, now you have DeWanna Bonner, now you also have Natasha Howard. Like, all of these women can defend.
Both DeWanna Bonner and Sophie Cunningham have the ability to play the 4, the 3, or the 2. All of them are versatile. DeWanna Bonner is 6'4", a lockdown defender, shoots the lights out. They're all versatile. Sophie Cunningham does the same. They are long defending shooters who have the versatility to play in different...
DeWanna Bonner is also an enforcer. She doesn't back down to anyone. And so I can just imagine the amount of technical fouls that the Fever might get this season, but I think it's going to be fun. You have Natasha Howard, you have DeWanna Bonner, and now you have Sophie. And Aaliyah Boston also was not afraid to be that enforcer.